Good morning, it's 7:15 on the 5th of December, which happens to be a Wednesday. I'm gonna go through my plan for yesterday and my plans for today. Scenario 1 was generally to the downside, and scenario 2 was going up. Scenario 3 was a steep sell-off. What ended up happening is a mix. We had scenario 2 to begin with, so we extended to the upside. And then we had scenario 1, which was or even scenario 3. Steep sell-off. Let's have a look. Here we have our scenario 1, just as scenario 1 was pointing to, an extension up to 430. Sorry, scenario 2, 430. So we had scenario 2 to the dot. Dive into the range, get rejected, and go up to 430. So there we are. Dive into the range, extend up to 430, and balance for the rest of the day, which actually lasted until what was that, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we had this strong sell-off. This was running in parallel with the sell-off in the S&P, the 3% decline day. So that's what we had. Here is the morning trade up to 430, up to midday, and then it almost seemed like a news driven and then reversal to the scene of the crime move, and then we had the sell-off. The delta, the moment we got to 430, the delta turned. We had this explosive moves, strong moves, and balancing in the end of the day. So the plan for today's trade, for once this week we opened where we closed, not 100 miles in the opposite direction. So last week Wednesday we had this big push up. It was Thursday, and then in this range area we've been to the top of the range and to the bottom, to the top, to the bottom. So my scenarios today run like this. Scenario 1 is, well, now that we're here, scenario 1 was extension lower, but not with test lower, but not taking out this low, so higher than that. I want to create I wouldn't want to see it creating a lower low. So a slightly higher low that then goes up to inside the range to around here, then test the LVN, then goes and checks this divot in the profile, bounces there, and on the way up goes to 391, which is the VPOC for this balance area. That's scenario 1. Scenario 2. Is also to the upside without dipping. Let's see what it did in the overnight. Strong sell-off. Okay, so it did that move that I had in scenario 1. It's already played out, and as I expected, just a lower take out of the previous day's low, a little takeout. So scenario 2 is we open where we are and we just move to the upside. Get to yesterday's VPOC and go to 430 again. So that's more aggressive to the upside. Scenario 1 is more balancy. Scenario 2 is more drive move. Scenario 3 is a open auction and test up to find the opposing force and then sell off, test the previous day's low, and then start exploring to the downside. And go as low as the 300 mark. This will give us a range of about 66 points. In scenario 4, is a strong move to the downside again, the least likely option in my book, and I'm expecting to go as low as 280, 278, 283, this, which is the bottom of this range down here. So that is scenario 4. And that is that. We'll do it again tomorrow.